Welcome back to Take a Breath and Pause. This is just a little introduction video. I realized I hadn't really done one of these and got a few comments about that with all my 42 subscribers, basically YouTube famous. So my name's Tessa, and a little bit of my education background is that I got my Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Anthropology from University of Puget Sound. I graduated about a year ago. I'm now back in school doing pre-med. I got into like a couple programs for January, but I'm not sure I'm gonna go yet. I might go in the fall. I also have my EMT, also like a wilderness first responder. So kind of done a lot of background stuff in medicine and social work stuff. I've worked doing like conflict resolution in the Middle East, autism therapy, done some work in prisons, worked a lot with like immigration, justice and refugee resettlement, and then some like geriatric healthcare and healthcare access. And now I am currently working at an opioid addiction clinic as basically a caseworker, and like doing more clerical administrative stuff. It's a lot. It's amazing work. A lot of incredible people I work with. It can be very tough, exhausting sometimes. Murdoch definitely rejuvenates me there. I have had dogs my entire life since I was a child. I was born with 3 dogs. That's what I grew up with. But I didn't really get into dog training until Murdoch came into my life, which he just kind of fell into my life during the pandemic. I'd wanted a dog for a while, but I was like, I'm not in the stage to do a dog. I was gonna leave on a Fulbright. I was gonna do 2 international trips, but it all got canceled because of COVID. And then got to have Murdoch, which is the best thing that's ever happened in my life. Changed my life 100% for good. And he was 2.5 months old when he came into my life. He came with like a lot of trauma, a lot of like abandonment and not great issues. So getting him, I was like, what do I do? And even my parents who have, had dogs their whole lives were like, we don't really know. So I started working with Rhonda and Mariah, Think Positively and Blue Sky behavior training. Check them out, they're beyond incredible. And we started working with him on some fear-based aggression. Then I also started working with Rhonda a little bit on gluten detection because I have celiac disease. That has been huge. And I just absolutely fell in love with it. It gave me purpose, it gave me direction. I wanted to hang out with him more than I wanted to hang out with my friends, which definitely has caused some problems, and like most of the people in my life have had to adapt to that, and they've been incredible. Huge shout out to my partner, ex-partners, friends, family members who have just done so much for me and him, for the 2 of us. So then I kind of did some work. I got really into dog training, fell in love with it, became an American Kennel Club evaluator, and got like a RISE dog training certificate. Though most of this is just like my journey with Murdoch. We're still working with Rhonda. Check her out, she's incredible. So I want this to just be like a resource for you guys to watch our training process and see if it helps you guys at all. Like a little family history. My family is from Russia and Poland, but mostly Russia. I was born here in the United States though, but I'm very, very close with my family. I have a very close connected family, very tight, and I'm very interested in family history. I've done a lot of research on family history. I also am a bit of a writer, and like one poetry book out. It was kind of like my grief processing my grandpa's death. I'm currently like writing another book, 40 pages in, seems to be my lucky number today, about my family history. But I write all the time. I also am a very avid reader. Murdoch and I snuggle up all the time to read and drink hot chocolate. I also was going to do some like book recommendations because it's like a very fun thing to do with your dog. I'm so sorry. I have been learning Spanish, Russian, and Yiddish. I would say I'm mediocre to beginner in all of those. I'm not great at it, but my mom got her PhD in genetic botany, and so I grew up learning about flowers all the time, and so it's like a fun skill to be like, oh yeah, that like Asteraceae there, or that's a campanula. Onagraceae are my favorite flower, Clarkia in particular. So I get to like show off doing that sometimes. Like I said, I'm very interested in medicine. I like every time I've ever gotten to work a medical job or partake in a medical experience, I've loved it so much. I've danced for years. I danced classical ballet for 12 years, and then moved on to more like contemporary and lyrical dance. I did a little bit of ski racing. I telemark ski. Now it's climate change and expenses have me mostly cross-country skiing nowadays, and some injuries. I like to think of myself as like an activist, but so does everyone. Who knows if I am. I'm very passionate about prison abolition and immigration justice. I also like recently have felt very passionate about like houselessness and just like the government systems that make it so inaccessible to people. I would say. And then I love dogs more than pretty much anything else, and my family. I would say those like defining things about me. Let me know if you have any questions. Always like happy to answer comments if you have questions about myself or dog training, or anything else medical, but I can't really provide. I can provide advice but no diagnosis or anything like that, as my like lowly EMT self. And just like grateful for everyone who's engaging with this content or not, just living their life. Grateful for all those people who are like giving their dogs the best life or doing a lot of incredible work with human rights or really anything out there, whoever's living their dream. Okay, well, thanks so much. Bye.